Right. So for the point to be made here, David Cameron is ambushed live on TV with a list of allegations. And he's saying, he doesn't want a witch hunt. Because certain gays are coming into the picture. Or at least that's what he alluded to. And the whole point is, that's a misnomer. The whole world of gay life is about consent, eye contact. It's all about the moment. If it behaves like an adult and knows what it's doing and understands the consequences and looks of age. Very few people, the old jailbait slag still comes around and it still puts people off. I quite agree with it. Even young lassies, it's exactly the same. If they're under a particular age, anywhere under 25, they can go and get lost, for a man my age. For looking at this man is claiming, all wrongly, don't bring it to him because of this. You don't bring it to him because he's not a policeman. He's absolutely correct. It's an accusation, an unfounded rumour that is collecting legs and growing. That's not what brings cases to court. That's not what actually gets things done. Let's go and have a look. Teacher is jailed over sex secret. Music teacher is banned from the classroom for life and jailed for 14 months after having secret sex sessions at his school with a 16-year-old girl. This guy is 27. There are 11 years between them. And not everybody's mature at even 30 or 40. So that's a fish in a barrel. That's a man in amongst children. And the whole concept of teaching children should inform you that no matter what their bodies are developed to, it's their emotional and mental state that makes them a child. Women class assistant had sex with boys. See, it's not just men. Giving sexual favours to boy pupils. Now this woman is obviously confused. She's 41. And she didn't see anything wrong with this. Mental and emotional. And if you're feeling a wavelength with somebody who's 16, you're immature. Female member of staff, school staff, 41, charged with performing sexual favour for boy pupils. US court sees video of teacher orgy with 4 students. This is a younger woman. She's an attractive woman. And yet, at 28, nearly the same age as a man who couldn't distinguish. But a school teacher has obligations. You are teaching children. If they're in a school, they are considered as children. Read what it says in the tin. Now this is the hardest realities of some of these things. Couple raped baby daughter during supervised visits and recorded sex abuse of 18-month-old nephew. These are horrendous. Look at these people. It's their own blood. 23. How can you do that? Some people can do things that other people can't. But how do they find one another? So, woman was sent who had spent 12 years in prison for sexually assaulting niece in orgy. This is vindication. This woman was lied about and in jail. So even when due process goes through, there's no guarantee that justice will be served. So making an accusation on television is sensational television. But it does not conform with how we run the law, how we run the world, and how it should be. This woman was in jail for all those years. 12 years. And her niece made it up. And the niece confessed. Now this is, just to show you it's not just men. And I know it's tough to find these because I had to wade through Nothing but male-orientated abuses in I'll show you, in my criminal one. Male nurse, paedophiles, uh, Jimmy Savile, British tourist, um, rapes, abuses. Violence is the worst by far. I mean, you've really got to go through these to find any form of sexual encounters. It's about 1 to 2% are women. And I mean, that one is particularly gross. A couple, their own child. This woman, tormenting the father. The child's nothing to her. 55 texts, I'll effing break her face in. And I love abusing this kid. What is that? She's 20. And like I say, it is kind of tough to find these. They are the exception, this is not the rule. But there are no gays in here. Daughter 11 cried out, I love you, Mum, as mother stabbed her 10 times before trying to kill herself. Nursery worker. 11-year-old daughter. Stabbed repeatedly. The child was saying, I love you, Mum. Stop was obviously not working. Sex-crazed Angelina Jolie lookalike stabs taxi driver for refusing to satisfy her a 3rd time. That's one demanding woman. But you get the point. I mean, it is blonde nurse's topless romp with prisoner. It's a lack of judgment. It's a confusion between identifying what is a child and what isn't. And some of these are horrendous. From baby P right through. It's horrendous what males and females can do. The balance of the mind is a tricky thing. Most humans disgust me. Look at this guy. Accused of sexually assaulting girl 5 alongside his wife. "22, 33. A 5-year-old girl, for Christ's sake." This is a bit standard for, when a man goes off the edge. Husband denies claims he kept wife enslaved in chains for 10 years, forcing her to give birth twice while shackled and brutally beaten her. She had to escape to get away. J.C. Duggard. There. 18 years of captivity. This man had a wife. "18 years ago he kidnaps a lassie. And look, not gay. Sorry, David, you're going to have to find another excuse to hide behind. These are mental aberrations. These are people who are not connected to the world and they're disconnected. They see everything as an object for their own use. But to get back to this, as you can see, trusted positions, women making mistakes. I mean, that's serious mistakes. That's not identifying. Age has nothing to do with the problem. Looks, points of privilege, is an attractive looking woman. There's no reason that she couldn't be getting sex where she wanted. A couple, their own children. Revenge, this seems like. The child never meant anything to her. The relationship was everything. Spite, it sounds like. It's the emotional imbalance. A mother and her own daughter. a demanding woman. And she's only 30. She's highly attractive. And of course, I mean, there was the Austrian guy who raped his own daughters. He had a wife. I'm sorry, but gay isn't an excuse.